In meteorologist now, Chris Mulcahy, and such an active weekend. You talked about this last week, setting us up for severe weather. Talk about this tornado hitting the Carolinas and some of the damage.
And you hate to underplay it, but like that looks nothing compared to the rest of the country.
Right.
But it was yet again a very similar situation to what we saw on, what was it, like now a week and a half ago on that Wednesday where we had the impact of Monroe. Same thing, you had a little bit of twist up in that line. So an EF1 is still going to represent those winds that are getting anywhere from about 86 to about 110 miles per hour. So that's still significant. And usually some signs, if we bring up the video, we can kind of go through some damage assessment of what we're seeing there. So a lot of the things, all right there. So you're looking at a snap tree. Usually whenever you have a snap tree, that's going to bring us the threshold about 110 as a maximum. With these fallen trees over there, right there, some damage to the dock, that's easily bringing winds up to about that 85 to 90 miles per hour. So I think it's really by trees. Trees are the biggest evidence, where you could have the strongest EF5 tornado, and if it's in the middle of nowhere and there's no damage, they can't assess it. So an EF scale is all dependent on the damage that this produces. So I think it's a lot of those trees, those uprooted trees. That's going to be another example of a strong EF0 to an EF1, usually about a threshold of about 80 to 90 miles per hour. So that's one of the true signs. But really, I think that tree that you're just seeing snapped right there, now they have to also judge on the integrity of the tree. If that's a healthy tree and it's snapping like that, that's easily EF1. So just I think from the tree damage alone that you're seeing here on your screen, that was a good indication of what we're seeing there. And you notice that we already degreed what that was here in the Carolinas. There's a tornado and multiple tornadoes that happened in Mississippi that still have an EF grade because of the amount of damage that was done here. So it's again not downplaying what we saw here in the Carolinas, but we really gotta thank our lucky stars, especially here in the Charlotte area, because we were mentioning it's that period right before the sun rises up that the atmosphere is the most stable. So it's not as unstable at that point. That's usually where you don't have that maximum heat that you'd have, say, in the middle of the afternoon. But boy, once it cruised east of us, we saw the large hail that was reported closer to Greensboro. Then you had that tornado that all developed along that. So we're lucky that we didn't really have too many impacts here closer to Charlotte.
Yeah, we also had some Eastern Carolina activity and damage just coming in here to the newsroom. This is Perquimans County. So
yeah,
actually,
look at that.
Yeah, close to the Virginia state line. This is a mobile home park, and it let me see the information here. Damaged several homes, sending multiple people to the hospital. This is the Emergency Operations Center in Perquimans County, saying 8 mobile homes at the Longview Estates Mobile Home Park damaged due to the severe storm. So awful there in eastern North Carolina. And I told you I was going to go to eastern North Carolina. Drove back yesterday, and we knew we were just going to face it at some point.
And
I mean, it was the best possible scenario. I don't know. Number one, husband drove.
There you go.
So we switched drivers before we hit the storm or whatever was left. But we hit it like Lake Waccamaw. Around there. And you would think you would out of the storm. We're like, oh, okay, I think we've got some clearing. And no, we'd be hit again, another major cell. And so that was I don't know, not stressful. I know it was much worse in other areas. And but yeah,
it's
was
still not
tough
a great
to drive. No, it's still not.
And it's really tough too, because oftentimes when we get a little bit closer to summertime, you'll have like a leading edge of those storms, and it's just pouring, and then it lightens up. That one's kind of a little mischievous because you have light to moderate rain, then all of a sudden it pours, and then it could be a little bit lighter, then pours within that main frame. That's usually where we talk about that common term QLCS. If you hear or see me enough here on our live Impact News studio, you're going to know what QLCS is, and that's that quasi-linear convective system, just a little squiggle line within that line. So that's exactly what we saw there. So yeah, best case scenario, I think multiple things for Jane driving and her family, for much of the Charlotte area, but this is only the beginning. Truly, it's March into April that we start to have some of our worst weather, and then outside of that, it's June, July, and August that we usually have the most lightning. And speaking of, I'm not sure if you saw, there was also fires that were up around Beach Mountain from the lightning that struck earlier in the morning. So yeah, it was just as across the board from the mountains to the coastline, just the damage that was done from the storm system, and we're still early on to severe weather season.
Anything we should know looking ahead? I know we had severe preparedness week not too long ago, but people have short memories, as we know, until it actually affects us or we're in the direct path. What should people think about here in the next months?
Truly, what I would just say is exactly like what that event was. Is just be weather aware to the point that, hey, you knew when the storms were going to roll through, and just avoid traveling. And it could be kind of a weak sauce event, as we saw some areas around the Charlotte area and north, and not a big deal. But then you also saw things that were happening in the video that we just saw with snapped, uprooted trees, with mobile homes that were decimated. That's going to be a possibility. So it's not as much of a me thing. It's more of an us thing whenever we're talking about severe weather, because yes, it might not impact you, but it could impact somebody. And as you saw in the video, that wasn't just a passing storm. That was a significant wind event that we also saw that as well. So just make sure to keep that in mind. Take every weather event seriously. We ideally want what happened on Sunday to happen for most of us, that there isn't a lot of damage, at least closer to home, but there was damage still in the Carolinas. And especially if there's ever the same scenario during the middle of the afternoon, notice how the damage was much worse the further east that you went. In the morning, you're not going to disregard it. We still had that tornado around Monroe around 8:35, I think is when it officially struck. So it's any point, but the further it gets in the afternoon, that's where I want to take it more seriously. But as what we saw in Mississippi, Arkansas, so many other areas, Kentucky, I think we're going to see a lot more of that going forward, because again, we're just in the infancy of severe weather season.
Oh boy. All right. So as we begin then a new week and St. Patrick's Day, where's everyone's green? Green. Good, Carlene?
I can't wear the green screen, but hold on.
Very nice.
So, there we go.
Very nice.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning.
Oh, wait, am I doing the right camera?
Yeah, that's good.
That's
you
good.
can play leg guitar.